In today's video, I'm reacting to a video by a medical doctor which she made on TikTok called Dr. Favor. This video is titled 5 Things She Wished She Knew Before Studying Medicine. As a medical doctor who had gone through med school too, this is a video that I think I'll be able to relate to. So let's see, and then as usual, I'll give my 2 cents about it. If this is what you like, let's dive in.
I knew before studying medicine. Number 1, there are literally no holidays. I mean, you work on Christmas, New Year, Easter, Thanksgiving, your birthday, anniversary, every other day, name it. Number 2.
That one is true. There's no holiday. In fact, to an extent, you're even scared of holidays, because if you happen to be on call, there are fewer hands, because some people will be lucky enough to go on holidays and you would have to stay back to do the work. So you tend to do more of the work when you happen to be on duty during holidays. Yes, you don't get holidays. There are no set days for you, except maybe you work in an institution in which you have a fixed roster or duty period. Then you know that you are getting certain days off. But holidays don't come with special packages. You still work as a medical doctor during holidays. Nobody cares about your personal holidays like your anniversary or whatsoever it is, birthday. No, you still come to work. I have worked a lot of times on Christmas days. I can count how many Christmas days I had been free since becoming a medical doctor. There are no holidays. There are no holidays. Let's go to the second one.
Number 2, it can take your social life from 100 to 0.
I agree. It can drain your social life. In fact, for you to even maintain some degree of social life, you have to actively work towards that. And that can also affect your academics, because as I used to say, medicine is so demanding that even if you give 26 hours in a day to it, it's still not enough. That's how medicine is. Very, very large and demanding. There are always things to do, classes to attend, and the rest. But in the practice too, it's the same thing. Your life is tied down. You are basically most times in the hospital, and that can affect your social life. It draws you away from your family. I had done a video about that, which one time I got a job in the states that my parents were. They were very happy that I was there. But most times, despite the fact that we're in the same state, they were not seeing me as often. And anytime I go home, I just want to sleep. Your social life is going to suffer. And this is one of the reasons that you shouldn't even marry a doctor if you are someone that loves your spouse always around you, because doctors, even if we love it, the work always keeps us away from this kind of activities. So yes, that's true.
3, exams are never end. Let's say you take exams for the 6 years you're in school, and when you finally graduate, you have to take licensing exams. You have to take exams to start residency. You have to take exams to specialize in that residency. Exams. Tell me, does it ever end? 4.
Exams never end. I had written a couple of exams, even after med school, and I still have a couple of exams that I'm going to write. So you're going to write a lot of exams. That one is there. You would be reading often. At a point in time, you even feel like engaging in other social activities is like a sin, because you have to prepare for exams. And unlike med school, when you become a doctor, you pay for those exams. You pay for them, you also sponsor the transportation, accommodation, and the rest. So it's not just time consuming, it's also financially tasking for you. And they don't end. Wow. Eventually, you become a specialist. But even with that, there's still a lot of academic activities that you'll still be engaging in as a consultant or as a specialist. And so, now the life of doctor with that role. That's the doctor's life. Let's move.
Number 4, it's an emotional roller coaster. You can watch the young, the old, beautiful people, children die right in your arms. Let's not talk about the sight of blood. And of course, mean senior colleagues who make it their life's goal to frustrate your life.
Let's start with the mean senior colleagues. There are doctors can be toxic. That's the truth. And you know, most times you can even handle patients better so far as your colleagues are supportive. But many times you also have colleagues that have their own baggages. So you have to be emotionally strong as a medical doctor, handling things from patients and also from your colleagues. That happens a lot. It is not up to you to determine how well your colleague behaves or not. So far as the person can do his or her work, you will find some that they just make your life a living hell. That happens, but you have to just learn to deal with it. If you're emotionally unstable or you're very, very fragile emotionally, medicine is not the place for you, because trust me, there are more of bad news in the hospital than good news. You lose a lot of patients, especially if you are in some specialties like internal medicine. Infectious disease doesn't usually have a good outcome, and pediatrics too. You see children that are born with certain illnesses that you just ask a lot of questions, and some again experience some unfortunate incidents or illnesses that just you lose them. When I was in pediatrics, at a point in time I was happy to go out and see healthy children. So now that I see my children very healthy, you have no idea how much grateful I am that every day they are healthy. Medicine is an emotional roller coaster. It is. Most times it's towards the bad than the good share. Let's continue.
5. You will lose a lot of friends along the way. Now, we medics have such a busy life that sometimes we tend to forget to check our social media, respond to personal messages, and this could actually put a strain on our relationships and friendships without us knowing it. Just know that if we've been friends, we are still friends. The only difference is I'm a doctor.
It's true. It's part of the social life too. It's so engaging and tasking that you lose a lot of friends. When you come back and you're free, you just want to sleep or prepare for the next day and the next activity. If you're preparing for an exams too, the free time you have, you want to read, even stealing sometimes that you're supposed to sleep. So we lose a lot of friends. There are many friends that I know that we became distant right from when I became a medical student, and became worse when I became a doctor. It doesn't get easier when you become a doctor. It actually gets busier. So these are all true, and I agree with them. If these 5 points that she had listed are things that you can't cope with, please don't become a doctor. Or don't become a doctor. It's not even that you should become a doctor and then come and do something else, because in the med school on its own, you still get a fair share of all that she had listed. So I hope you learned something from this, especially if you're someone that intends on becoming a medical doctor, or you have someone that you love and you want the person to become a medical doctor. Please, if these things are things that the person cannot cope with, please discourage the person. There are other things that you can do and you'll still be fulfilled in this life. I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it. I agree totally. She's a doctor, so definitely this is something that is quite precise. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you love what I do, please subscribe and turn on the bell notification. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.